Peace and blessings. What's going on, music millionaires? And I'm back, your man SG1 from the Peacemakers. And we're going to delve right in. First and foremost, if this is your first time to my channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and then click the bell notification to be notified when we put out more videos. Now, with that said, guys, let's go right in. I don't know, for some of you guys who may have been following Distrokid, a lot of you guys know who Distrokid is. And Distrokid is one of the, the pioneers, the grandfather for keep your royalties, all your royalties for one flat fee company. However, recently, now when I say recently, like just a few minutes ago, hours ago, whenever you watch this, I don't know when you'll watch this, Distrokid was down. It said service unavailable, like literally it was service unavailable. And it was down for a while. And now that it's back up, it makes people question. I received a ton of emails from guys saying, hey, what's going on with Distrokid? Why can't I get on Distrokid? What the heck is going on with Distrokid? And I had to go and figure out what was going on because I didn't even know Distrokid was down. However, what this does is it verifies. Now, first and foremost, for those of you who are not familiar with Distrokid, Distrokid is a digital distribution platform. It allows you the ability to be able to distribute your music, quote, worldwide. And their catchphrase or their catch or the clinker behind Distrokid is that you keep 100% of your royalties. I myself say that it's not true because of the fact that when you're paying in advance portions of your royalties that you have not received. However, needless to say, they're still one of the most powerful platforms there is because they boast having so many different members a part of their distribution platform. But given the fact that Distrokid just went down, and well, let me say this for you guys, for those who don't know. First and foremost, Distrokid is now a portion of Spotify, which is a whole other story. Me and Casino Roulette did a podcast on Distrokid and the union of Distrokid and Spotify, and we have a whole thing that we know what's going on with them. But for those of you who didn't realize, Distrokid is one of the most widely used distribution platform. However, like right now, I'm waiting on Distrokid, and it is not up. You see that little logo down there? It says waiting for Distrokid. Now we'll see how long this actually works, guys, or how long it takes for Distrokid to come up. But obviously there is something going on with Distrokid. And it puts me in the mindset, guys, of one simple thing. I always tell you, don't have all your eggs in one basket. You guys need to be looking at other distribution outlets. This is a prime example of that, guys. This is one of those situations where maybe it's a server issue. Maybe, they're doing some upgrades. Maybe someone's hacked them. They're going through a DDoS attack. I don't know. But I'll be worried if I had all my music distributed through one place. So what I'm saying to you guys is with this particular situation, and it maybe it's something small and I'm blowing this out of proportion. Who knows? But that is scary enough that if you have all of your music distributed through Distrokid, you should definitely be looking at alternative methods, guys. You need to be looking at alternative places that you need to be putting your music, because if for whatever reason they get hacked or they go out of business, and I'm not saying they are going out of business, I don't think they'll go out of business. However, if any of the above do happen and you was relying on Distrokid as a source of revenue, this would scare the HE double hockey sticks out of me. And this is what I'm getting right now, guys. Real time. Real time right there. See that? 500 internal error. That cannot be good, guys. That cannot be good. So wanted to be the first one, man, to bring you guys up on this, make you guys aware of what was going on. Oh God, like the whole, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, Distrokid is one of those platforms that everybody's on, man. And let me try something else real quick. Okay, so YouTube, it's working perfectly fine. I'm on YouTube right now, guys. There is no problem with YouTube. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna show you. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me. No, it's not me. Okay, so yeah, yeah. This could be a problem, guys. Especially for those of you who are using Distrokid and you're getting money there. Look at that. See that? 500 internal server. There's a problem with the resources you are looking for, and it cannot be displayed. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what this is about. Maybe they'll put a press release out, especially because I'm doing a video on it, so you know that they're going to have to address this. You cannot not address this. And I'm gonna say this to you guys: for all of you who are musicians and music millionaires, and just people that watch this channel, make sure you share this now. Let people know that there is an issue going on with Distrokid right now. This is crazy. This is crazy. They boast having 100,000 people on their platform. 100,000 people they boast having. And right now the service is unavailable, guys. So, I was going there after I was emailed to look for our commission. We do accounting this time of the month, basically. And so far as a revenue right now, as far as getting my earned referral commission, I don't think that's going to happen. And I know what a lot of you guys are going to say. You want to know, what about our distribution, which is fine for me. I don't even use DistroKid for distribution because we have our own distribution platform. And this is not, please guys, this is not a push for our distribution platform. This is a concern. And this is also validation, guys, again, because I remember maybe a couple months ago, 5 or 6 months ago, there was maybe even longer, a BeatStars hack. And you guys' music wasn't available in the stores there. And again, this is about being smart enough to realize signs and recognize the signs. You guys have to understand your livelihoods are in these major corporations' control. You guys' livelihood and how you eat is in the hands of others. And when they have these issues, when they have these glitches, and I'm not saying our service can't have this as well, but we don't have 100,000 people depending on our service being up or our servers running. And oh God, this is crazy. Because I can imagine for all the people that are on DistroKid or trying to get on DistroKid right now, and it's going back and forth, I think, guys. This is crazy, man. Yeah, you can't get around it. There's a problem. There's a problem. There is a problem. And I don't know how this is going to affect you guys' music that's streaming, as far as platforms or wherever you got your music. I don't know if this affects everything that they have going on. All I know is that you can't get on DistroKid. And then again, DistroKid is the largest distribution platform there is. So it makes sense for me as your brother to tell you guys, again, firstly, you need to be sharing this with other people. Letting people know that there is an issue with DistroKid right now. I don't even know what to say, guys. I'll be honest with you. This could mean so much. This says internal server error, and just me understanding how servers work. This could be allocation gone. This could be I don't know. It could be many different things. This could be hacked. This could be someone took their complete web servers down or server down completely. I'm just surprised they don't have a redundancy program in place, a backup, okay, where they could automatically switch it over to a load balancer. So, basically when this happens or there's too many people on the service, it automatically switches from one server to the next, which is a backup copy or duplicate copy of the original, so that way service doesn't come down. It has a redundancy program. But at this point, guys, it's an issue. And for those of you who think this is a game, go to the website yourself and see it. I can't make this up. This is actually going down. What do you guys think it is, man? I'd love to hear some of you guys' comments, man. And seeing what you think it might be, man. Yeah, yeah. Oh boy. So first and foremost, peace and blessings to everybody that's on the live chat right now. Boy Soul, Royal Vibes, Pride the Kid, Video 4.0, I Am the Beats, Z100, King Beeman, Dante Weaver. Peace and blessings to all you guys. Dewan 2079. Dante Weaver said, I'm still with CD Baby, but I clicked fast since I've been considering switching over. That's what's up. They was probably doing updates. Yeah, DJ KB Beats, doing updates is one thing, but you would allow your community to know that we're doing updates just because of a situation like this. You tell your community, hey, this is we're going to be doing some updates. Service may be down for a few hours, whatever. This is something unexpected. This is something unexpected because what you do is you make your front page available. Okay, you keep that front page going while other things happen in the background, so you may not have access to log in your account, or you may not be able to distribute your music, but you don't have a 500 internal server error. That's not what you do. That's not the business. Okay. Ebon Black says all good now. No, bro, it's down. It is down. And the first message I got when I went to it was service was unavailable. This says now internal server error, like it's been completely taken off, like when there's nothing in the database at all. This says internal server error. There's a problem with the resource you're looking for, and it cannot be displayed. And I just refreshed this just for FYI, so you can see it. I refreshed it. You see it still looking for the information. So this is definitely this isn't down, guys. This is an issue. This is an issue. Yeah. So, guys, let people know, man. Let people know that Distrokid is down. Find out what's going on if you can. But this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. Creative Sound, peace and blessings to you, man. Thank you so much. Well, and there's a good question that Cost Draven asked. What other ones do you suggest? And I'll be honest with you guys. Me having my own distribution platform, I don't use any of the rest of them. I understand one simple aspect. I come from old school, which was you put your music out there. The distribution platform is at risk. They're using their resources, and you at risk. If you don't make money, they don't make money. You understand? Anything that's so-called free isn't free. And trust me, I sponsor Distrokid because I think it works for indie artists who want the feeling of success and who want the empowerment to say, hey, my music is out there, and all this other stuff. But if you be realistic, it's not royalty free, guys. It's not. They're not getting a percentage of your royalty. You have to make that money back that you spend with Distrokid. So the illusion of no royalties is the key. And I've come to understand, and I've said this in several of my videos, me with you guys, if you are invested into a project, you got to make that money back before you can look at breaking even or making a profit, and it doesn't affect your royalties. But if you're getting streaming rates at where it's at now, you got to realize how low streaming rates are and how many streams you have to make in order to make back your $20. It is not you not sharing your royalties. You paying in advance. Okay, that's what you're doing. And again, Distrokid works for other people, and I wholly support people who make it work for them. You understand? But when you look at the alternatives, none of the rest of these guys are, they're doing pretty much the same thing. And of course, this is a for-profit thing. My thing is wholly believing in you. And please don't ever get it mistaken about the free aspect of it. You go to this so-and-so is free. Use them, because it's going to be people that's going to spam my comment section and start trying to get you guys to think that there's free services like AWOL and the rest of them. There is always a catch, guys. There's always a catch. It's not free when you're having to pay iTunes on the back end, or you have to pay, whatever management right fees and stuff like that, and then you get forwarded the remaining amount of your money. So it's not a free thing, just because it costs money to distribute. I know personally, it costs money to hold, put together platforms and to have servers and things like that. So it's not free. I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words. It's still down. It's still down, guys. So I'm at a loss for word, man. I'm not talking about. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. 500 internal error, guys. Distrokid is down. I mean, it's gone. That's not clickbait. That's real. Distrokid is gone. Wow. Oh, I got you guys' attention this time, didn't I? I see there's a lot more people on the live stream than it was earlier. Distrokid, you know what I mean? How do any of you guys? Let me ask you this question: do any of you know how many artist Distrokid services currently? Do anyone know that? Can anyone of you guys look that up for me real quick? Find out how many artists that Distrokid service, because that will be interested right now. There, hold on. The real A dot Lidot says they're just rendering new terms and conditions. Relax. Doesn't take you to do that, bro. It don't take you to take the whole website down to put new terms and agreements in place. But very funny, very very funny. Man, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. Right. And Boy Soul makes a very good point. He says if they knew it was going to happen, they should have warned us. And again, I don't think this is something they was expecting to happen, guys. All right. So now it's back up now. It is currently back up. Okay. It is back up. Okay. But for how long? That's the question. How long will Distrokid be back up, guys? I have no clue. Lucky Kid said, "What's going on?" We have no clue here, brother. We have no clue what's going on, man. Just again, guys, stay tuned. Make sure you share this video. Dewan 2079 says 250,000 users. 250,000 users, guys. That is crazy. So 250,000 users right now probably just panicked at the concept that Distrokid was down. And let me be honest with you, I just refreshed it, and it's taking a while for this to come back up, guys. Like it's like streaming very slow. Very slow. I'm going to the settings right now. I'm clicking on settings, and it's taking big Mitch UGK says, could it be that they're merging with Spotify SG? No, because when it comes to APIs, the emergence of Spotify is a corporate thing more than anything, and it's just an algorithm. It's the API. So when you are called to action, basically, so if I send an API request over, it then sends over certain information. And again, this would be something, Mitch, think about this now. You've helped with the founding of UGK. You know for a fact from a corporate level of things, okay, you still professionally send notices out. You get what I'm saying? You send notices out. You say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're dealing with. This is, the business. So that you don't get that influx of emails. The thing that's going to hurt them the most right now, and what no one wants, which will crash your server by itself, is to have people in limbo, not knowing or expecting something to happen, and then it happens, and then you get 250,000 emails from subscribers, right? That's worst case scenario. You get what I'm saying? And like even with our system, on the distribution aspect of it, you see here, we say to you, iTunes transport delivery. So when you log into our distribution platform, iTunes is experiencing issues with deliveries and blah blah blah. We tell you what's going on so that you'll know. And that was the original message from Apple. So we shared that original message with Apple. So it merging with Spotify, I don't think it's that simplistic. I don't think it's just that easy of an answer is what I'm saying to you. There's something definitely else is going on. Something else is going on, and I don't know. Again, I don't what they're offering indie artists. Hey, it works for you. It works for you. You know, they put money in my pocket, so I'm not hating. But this type of issue, this type of thing, like I just clicked on some links here, and it's taking forever. It is taking forever. It's taking forever, and that's crazy. That is crazy, guys. So I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. 250,000 people, huh, Dewan? Alan Neville says, "Oh boy, everyone wants a piece of the pie." No. Pick Papa Wiz asks, "Did you hear about a merge or a buyout of any kind?" We did hear that Spotify do have a vested interest in Distrokid. That is a fact. That did happen. How much of an interest they're not necessarily sharing. They're saying that they bought a portion of Distrokid. Normally, that's not how corporate mergers happen. Most of the time, you don't say I bought a portion of something or I spent some money into it or invested into it. Most of the time, there is a complete buyout of companies like DistroKid, especially when they're in the red. And damn, it just went back to internal revenue again. See this? Look, guys, right there. You see it. Internal server error. There's something with the resource you're looking for cannot be displayed. Something's broke. Sorry about that. See that, guys? Something is afoot at DistroKid, guys. Something is going on at DistroKid, guys. Crazy. This is crazy, guys. I promise you that much. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me what you guys think. That's going to be interesting to me. What do you think is going on? What do you think is happening? Go back and refresh it. I can't pronounce your name. I apologize. Yeah, I got some. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that can be. I honestly don't know what that can be, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. This is crazy. It's crazy. This is crazy. And they're obviously having this. Now let me say this for you, okay? I'm definitely not going to be the conspiracy theorist here. I'm not going to be doing the whole conspiracy theory deal. I'm not going to delve into that. All right. I do think, again, that there is some issue that's going on that it's not within their control. I know that to be a fact. This is not within their control. This is not what companies like DistroKid want. They don't want this type of stuff to happen. It doesn't happen this way. So I do know that. All right. Do I think they're going to be out of service for good? No, I don't think that either. Okay, I'm not saying any of that. What I do think is that there is something going on, whether someone has hacked them, okay, or someone is DDoS attacking them, or there's a possible server overload, or someone has sent them a malicious script. All of that is possible. Okay, all of that is possible. I'm going to cover my bases. So if it comes out that that's any of those things, you heard it here first. I don't know what they can do at this moment except for try and create maybe a redundancy. I don't know what they can do at this point. Like I don't know what they have in place to fix this. I'm trying to do some research right now, guys. If you guys hear something or find out something, before I do, let me know because I don't know what they can do in this situation. This is crazy. 200. He said that the record companies have their hacks. I can imagine they do though. That's the truth. They do have this type of stuff because I got a record exec that's working for me. So they do have ways around things, guys. That if they want to, if record companies do have ways that if they wanted to get some things done, they can. They got people in place. They got. I know personally because I've met some of the greatest hackers that came out and worked for record labels. Okay, let me say this to you. So that is possible. I don't think that's the case though. I'm still apologize if I'm a little quiet here, guys. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. I'm in Distrokid now. I'm trying to figure out, trying to get because the server is going down and coming back up, going down, coming back up. I don't know. I don't know. This is breaking news. Like this is big in the music industry. You know what I mean? This, you know what I mean? We're on here. You know what I mean? Play with it as you want. This is big. When you're talking about 250,000 people's livelihood on the line, this is big news, guys. This ain't like this is stuff you don't play with. Okay? So yeah, this is and trust me. Yes. Hold on. Let me unhide what YouTube hide. Who said it first? Go back. I'll be the first one to admit. Go back to my video. I have made a ton of money with Distrokid, 100%, because people need the service. If there is something that you find people gonna need, hey, give them the resource to it, right? But at the same time, if there's a problem, there's a problem. I don't care how much money you make with them. If there's a problem, there is a problem. Because I also push my own distribution service. So let me commend Dirt Boy. You know, yeah, I love that. Now, let's say AGM says they're stealing our money. I don't believe they're stealing your money. That's not the thing. They've offered a service to you guys for a fee, right? So that's not stealing your money, all right? But when it comes to this type of stuff right here, you want to be able to. There should be redundancy things in place for things like this, guys. That's my point. You know, DistroKid now have grown in a capacity in a way that there should be a redundancy in place. There should be certain protections in place that protects your client's assets. You got to have client assets. It's why I pay the people who I pay for my distribution platform. We pay them well to protect our clients' information. And if they don't protect our clients' information, I have a problem. We're going to the attorneys. We're going to the lawyers. You understand? But this is crazy. Now, again, there's plenty of other distribution platforms. This is not a ploy for me to shit on DistroKid. This is not me trying to push our service. People who are interested in it, I sent the link. Yes, again, let me say this for you guys, and I'm not making money for this. You should always have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. You can distribute 1 or 2 albums through one source, distribute another 2 albums through another source. You should always have a backup plan. You got what I'm saying to you? It should never be all in, balls deep into one situation, guys. Okay? This is proof why you should have that backup plan. This is proof. This is living proof to why you should have that backup plan. Because again, I don't know what you're going through, but I'm showing you what it says here for those who say it's working on my end. See this? That's just spinning right now. That's been like that since the last time I showed it to you guys. So somebody said they're on the site, they can't see the bank, let me go. And that's the most important part, isn't it? The money. Right? Seeing the money is the most important part. I hit refresh. I did hit refresh. I hit refresh. I'm going to the website itself. I want to show you guys this now. I'm at the website. You see that? It's still spinning. It's waiting. So I'm at the website, guys. I'm at the website. And it just popped up. There's a problem with the resource you're looking for and it cannot be displayed. Right, Jen saying, I thought the taking part was the most important part. Laughing my ass off. I like you. Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, V-Tunes, you brought up something. You said, actually, Distrokid has the best service out there. So when something starts out, yes, it starts out. If there's an idea or concept and I beat you to the market with it, it is the best service out there when it comes to the concept. At this point, though, Distrokid do need to up their game. They got things that they need to be contributing to. They have a lot of stuff that they should be adding on, when it comes to metadata and simplicity and just there's a lot of things Distrokid do not give you guys, especially when it comes to your metadata, when it comes to analytics. Analytics is one of the most important things you need in the music industry. It is how big record labels make it. It's how they've continued to make it through analytics, knowing where their market is, where the music is being favored the most, what country, which song they're gravitating toward. All these things matter, guys. And just uploading your music and getting a spreadsheet that generalizes how much you made per stream is not the business. You know what I mean? So when it comes to concept and ideas, they was the first one to, I'm going to say they're the first one, I could be wrong, that came out with the flat rate distribution, keep your royalty ideal and concept. Again, I say to you again that if you're paying before you make any money, you're not keeping all your royalties, all right? But I will agree that for the indie artists as a whole, before everyone else came in and piggyback off them, they created this whole free enterprise for indie artists type situation. I agree with you on that. I just don't think it. I just don't think it's the best service out there. I'm not going to agree with that aspect of it. 888-441 says the economy is crashing. All these companies will be closing up shop. We'll see, guys. I'll tell you this because the more indie artists like yourselves understand the game and understand how much money you're missing and how easy it is to get certain things done on your own, and or when you understand the science behind a thing, the less you need. What I foresee happening, guys, is eventually services will be add-ons. Things like distribution will be an add-on to something much bigger. You get what I'm saying? It might be t-shirt promotion. Hey, we'll give you free distribution. We keep royalties because we make our money off your t-shirts that you buy from us. I see the indie music game evolving, okay, where there is going to be less need for services like United Masters and Distrokid and things of that nature, because there'll be someone who wants something more simplistic. It's why innovation is the reason why companies like Distrokid pop up. You see a need for something, it should be someone else's idea to say, hey, let's take this and take this based on Distrokid or TuneCore's inadequacies and create this. Hold on, but wait. People aren't going to want to be charged money for this. So how do we make money back up? Because at the end of the day, You can't have everything open source. There is somebody's losing money at the end of the day. So you're gonna have to be creative. But the innovative aspect of it is what it's all about. It's why we have our distribution. You know what I mean? Why we do distribution. You know, we looked at and saw where not only was people needing distribution, but most of you guys have YouTube channels. Most of your money is coming from YouTube. Well, companies like Distrokid and TuneCore, they charge you for that service. We don't charge you. We say just give us a piece of it. Again, you're not making money. We don't make money. You know, there's a lot of you guys who need YouTube MCNs. We have that option. A lot of you guys want to get your music, your stuff distributed in film and TV. So we put that together. Some of you guys want to actually distribute films, videos on Amazon and Netflix and things like that. So we have all of that as well. So my point being, when you see something, you make it evolve. You get what I'm saying? You create innovation. You create the idea. You make a concept that is better than the last thing. So 100%. And now I'm gonna read the chat conversations, man. Imperial Force says it took a second to come up. Dewan 2079 says, Mr. Jose, which way are you going next? JB says, dude, I uploaded an EP with Amuse in April. And Imperial Force says, I think they did get hacked. The economy is slowing down again. Papa Wiz says, has any other streams or royalties been interrupted on any level of any kind, or did Distrokid send out a blast to artists on their platform that this will be paused? No, actually they didn't. I'm not sure about the other thing. Oh my God, these gnats are killing me. It's still like summer here, so the gnats they pile in here. They haven't sent anything. That was what this was all about. They haven't sent any information pertaining to what's going on right now. They haven't talked to anyone about this. And I'm not saying that they won't do that. I just think right now is the right time to send it, regardless. You know what I mean? Don't have people questioning or wondering what the hell is going on. You know, boy. Yeah, man. Something's going on. You know what I mean? Imperial Force LLC said, this is because people are no longer making the money they need to survive. Living expenses are higher than people can afford. Very true. Very true. We do live in a different time, which is why you guys got to be empowered. That's what this is about, empowering you guys to learn different ways to make money. Don't just focus on streaming. You know, look at all the things that you can make money with, man. But Distrokid is this is a major issue, guys. This is definitely a major situation that is going down right now with Distrokid. This is definitely a major situation because you don't know how deep it plays out. Now, let me say this to you. Let me answer, because somebody asked, is your streams gone and stuff like that, right? Once that music is uploaded in the streaming platform, they have to send a request to get that music taken down. Okay, it has to be requested by the person you authorize to distribute the music. So if their website is down, I'm pretty confident, if I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm pretty confident to say, unless they had a different way that they hosted those your music, that music is still on the platform. I don't think your music is going to come down from the platform. It's because of how the music is distributed, and that's just based on what I know for us as distributors. Okay, so I would be remorse to say, or I'd be very hesitant to say that that your music has been taken down on Distrokid. I would definitely be very, very reluctant to say that. Okay. But very good question. I want to say that to you. That's a very good question. Okay. What else? Let's see. What other questions we had? You guys have some very great questions. Mr. Jose 100 says that it's up on his end. That's great. Still saying internal issues on mine. Clear your cache, and then refresh, Mr. Jose. See what happens. You guys are too damn funny. Art Travels, Music Travel says, damn, they got hacked. Oh, they just got jacked. That could be my, yeah, that could literally be my thumbnail, right? Like that, man. Ryu Jen says, what is the future of Music Millionaires? Well, it's not, Music Millionaires for you guys is evolving. You know what I mean? Like I told you before, we are evolving into different brands. But great question, and thank you for asking that. Music Millionaires is going to be designed to be a one-stop shop, much the way I know how to do things. Like our career and its success has been because of us being versatile in the music industry, and I wouldn't do anything less than that. We want to be able to help you guys literally morph into this brain, this community brain that covers all aspects of the music industry. That is the eventual future for Music Millionaires as a whole. Remember, Music Millionaires is not that I expect you guys and people who subscribe to my channel to be music millionaires. No, it is the mindset to be a music millionaire. And eventually that will turn into becoming a music billionaire. So Music Millionaire is designed so that you think and learn like millionaires think and learn, right? And then from that aspect, you implement the things that music millionaires do. So that's what this channel is about. Thinking creatively, being independent, being understanding to how the music works, what I'm going to have to give up, what I may not have to give up, what I can negotiate, how I can evolve into more than just a producer or engineer, and I can become more of a music mogul. That's what Music Millionaires is for. So the future of Music Millionaires is always based on your acceptance of that concept and mindset and things of that nature. All I can do is put out the tools, resources, and the plugs for you to do it. The whole, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink concept. That's the way I have this. So no matter what we do here at Music Millionaires, it's always going to be about independence for you, the artist, you, the indie label, you, the producer, you, the songwriter, you, the ghostwriter, you, the engineer. It's always going to be about empowering you, okay? Not doing the work for you, giving you everything you need so that you can get that work done. You get what I'm saying? That's what this is about, guys. 100%. So, you know, that's what Music Millionaires is. That's the mindset. That's the evolution of Music Millionaires in the future, which is why I brought up LIM earlier, which is the League of Extraordinary Musicians, right? You know, I'm already getting it trademarked because to me, that's what we want in this industry. We need a League of Extraordinary Musicians as a brand, something that represents I'm not the average musician. I'm not the average indie business owner. I'm not the average CEO or average artist or average engineer. I'm extraordinary. And until you put it here, right? Until you start thinking it like in this brain right here, does it manifest? Because when you say it, you think it, you feel it, do you get the results? I know that to be a fact because that's how we made it in the industry. We had to, all this here, right? So that's what this is about. You know what I mean? That's where it's at. And again, great question, man, Ryan. Ryan, I appreciate it, man, 100%. Now, Manifest Glory, because this is going into the Distrokid into question and answers, which is great. So Manifest Glory says, you have a guide to start a record label so nobody can steal the name. Let me explain something to you about names and how the United States government and most governments conceive certain aspects of it. It's not about stealing a name. Anybody could take a name, right? Just like anyone could say Coke, okay? But people can't say Coke and then use the trademark, right? Or once you trademark it, again, these damn gnats, once you trademark it, people can't use it in the sense of ownership. Right? So when you start using words that are just common within like the human language, I mean the English language as a whole, it's hard to patent or register anything that is used every day. It is easier to trademark a symbol attached to a thing or idea than it is to try and register and copyright a name as a record label, okay? So, you know, because people can say, matter of fact, there's different divisions. You can say so-and-so record label, South, East, West, International, you can add it. There's a Peacemakers Japan. Like I know for a fact no one was spelling Peacemakers the way we were spelling it, but there is a Peacemakers Japan who does t-shirts, okay? And we've reached out to them just to say big ups, congratulations, you know what I mean? We love that aspect that you're still branding and you found it honorable enough that you used our name in that. But you can't get around unless there's a trademark, which is why we have the alien crop circle. That's our trademark, right? So the Peacemaker trademark is that alien crop circle along with our name. And we have several different trademarks. right? Find balance recordings, and I'm gonna try to get to everybody's statements and questions. Find balance recordings says true independence is the way to go. Sometimes it's better to stand alone than to get lost in a crowd. Very true, but also remember, guys, I want y'all guys to understand one simple thing. No business is built by one person. No business. You need someone, something, a plug. You gotta have teams of people, even if they aren't personally your teams. There's still a team of people that's gonna get things done. Whether it's a web developer, whether it's your distribution company, whether it's your publishing agent, whether it's a manager, whether it's your accountant, whether it's someone, you're gonna need a team of people. So true independence is the key, based on you not necessarily needing corporate money. Right? We're not corporate funded at all. Everything is in-house, okay? So we hiring people, the people I work with. When I work with people, and Kevin will tell you this, and anyone who's worked with me, Chris Knox, all of them know, I put you first. Hey, do you. Give us a small percentage, you take the majority, because I want you to understand the music business. And I want you to be able to utilize our business relationship in a way that you know that you're independent. And the number one thing that happens in the music business, guys, is and we're swaying away from Distrokid now. But the number one thing that happens in the music industry, in any business, it's not just the music business, is the money. The money always come in between people. You know why? Because somebody feels like they're just deserving of the same amount of share that you get. Everyone feels like I should get just as much as he get, whether you created the idea or not. And I've seen people separate and split because of that mentality, that mindset that, well, he didn't do so-and-so, so he shouldn't get so-and-so, right? But did they play a part in this? You get me? And if you're going to be a part of the team, you deserve a larger portion, especially if you're going to do the majority of the work. That's how it is. So yes, true independence is the key, but always also realizing you need a team. Super Break line says, I'm getting confused now. I apologize, Super Break. The conversation changed from Distrokid to just independence, and I just had to talk about it. I apologize. Velen J says, WTF, where do I go now? I would suggest you guys who are looking for a distributor just to do one thing like I told you before. Look at other avenues and sources that are going to be affordable to you. Because again, let me say this to you. If you're paying, and see, here's the thing. I want you to think about this now. If you're going to TuneCore and you're paying TuneCore $24 or $29 a year to have unlimited distribution, and then you're at Distrokid and you're distributing with them $20, and then you go to CD Baby and you got to give CD Baby so much, and then you're paying for them to do your music publishing or publishing administration, and then you're paying for the YouTube access for your songs. See what I'm getting at? See what I'm getting at when I say, okay, are you really, royalty free? You're keeping all your royalties? So, these are things you got to think about. And in cases like someone just said, Amuse, they haven't seen any money. They didn't get any money back. I've heard this before. In cases with Ditto, I've heard people complain about Ditto and them not getting their money and, all these different things. These are all things you guys got to think about and put in perspective. You know what I'm saying? I've given our producers the option, when do you want to get paid? You know what I mean? I can send you over this little few cents from PayPal that you're going to pay the dadgum. You're going to pay the transfer fee, but when do you want to get paid? So it's things like that you guys got to think about. Okay. The machine says the servers are down. Yes. Brandon JB. Yes, the website was up working fine a couple of hours ago. However, there's something completely going on now. That's what this YouTube channel, what this video is about. Because I knew you guys were going to be panicking, and I want to be the first person on it. That's what true media does. That's my job. Let you guys know. Divine Capacity says, don't use TuneCore. Muse is best as it's free and they always pay. And see, Divine, that's someone else said something completely different. They said that they didn't get paid by Muse and they know they got streams. So, and see what happens with that. Everyone's not going to agree. Everyone's not going to agree. You know what I mean? But that's all right, man. Guys, make sure y'all hit the like button as well, please, on this video. But this goes hand in hand with what I be trying to say, guys. Like, everyone doesn't agree. It's you, the individual. It's like, if I have an issue with you, right? Should I go back and tell everybody and my subscribers, well, so-and-so, Divine Capacity, just for lack of a better word or example, Divine Capacity did this, and he's an effed up person, and he blah, 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 blah. No, that's my personal experience with Divine Capacity. He may be a completely different person to everyone else. I may have bought something out of him, or he may have bought something out of me that we can't see eye to eye, right? And then someone else says, well, I've never had a problem with divine capacity. I've never had a problem with SG, right? Anybody who tries to, sway you either left or right, you have to question. My thing is, again, back yourself up. That's the whole thing. Have a backup plan. That's all this is about. This whole thing with Distrokid is just saying, I'm not bashing them as a company. I'm not bashing in what their model is or their service model is. What I'm saying is use this as an example that you need to have backup in place. You need to have a backup system in place just in case. You need to be looking for better situations. And let me say again to you, as a Native American, I'm going to tell you something. Everything free isn't good for you. They was giving my people free blankets. Remember that? See how that turned out for us? So, that free thing, there's always a catch behind it, guys. Creative Sound said there's no tweets yet from their account about this. Thank you to Creative Sound for that. Appreciate you doing that update. It means so much for me. Dwayne McKnight, are they vulnerable to hackers? Everyone can be touched. When it comes to websites, guys, I'll be honest with you, everyone can be touched. Distrokid is not a unique situation. NASA, the CIA, the FBI, everybody has been touched by hackers. So yes, they are vulnerable to hackers. Mr. Jose, Mr. Jose 100 is also a moderator, guys. So he says, with the right support, greatness, 100%. J-Dub DMG says, my music is still on platforms, great. DV says, I'm the only person not getting royalties. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yes. There are a lot. Lydia says it's back. Yep, it popped back up. So it is back up right now. Dwayne McKnight says, there's go my trust in Distrokid. And Dwayne, let me say, in all fairness, anyone can be touched. Your trust should be questioned when you don't get your money. And I personally have gotten my money always. I've never had an issue with receiving my money from Distrokid. But my money is different from yours because mine is from, being a influencer and sponsoring them some years ago. Because it's been over 2 years now, I think, since my video went live when I first found out about Distrokid. So I've always gotten my money. So hopefully the trust shouldn't be the issue when it comes to not receiving your money. But that they are susceptible to hacks. And these are the things, guys, you got to think about. These are things you got to think about, okay? Creative Sound said, I'll tweet this video so people can see Distro hasn't said anything yet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That helps a lot. And for those of you who always say, I do so much for you guys, what can y'all do for me? Share my videos. That's all thing I can ask. If you feel like my videos can help others, share it. That's our roles in the universe. Of course, it helps me because it brings more awareness to who I am, what we're trying to do, and what I'm trying to teach. But it also helps people because if I'm giving you valuable information, it's giving them valuable information. So thank you. All right. Jax Bellamy says, I'm tired of hearing indies asking for free service. And let me explain that to you. I wanted to talk about that. If you guys will just bear with me here and listen. I want you to listen with real ears. So Jack, what happens in that situation is there is a lot of indie artists that are coming up, 13, 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds, people who are down and out. Like literally I've met a lot of music producers and artists who they gravitate toward us as the peacemakers because of our story, living in studios and things like that of that nature. And so that free platform is being taken advantage of because they understand that there's people who they can't afford to pay for distribution, right? Or for a certain service. And the advantage is most of the time when people are hungry, they have a different drive, right? So one of my videos, I told you guys the true success to making it in the music industry is being hungry. That's how we did it, bro. I had children to feed. I had responsibilities. Like, it's now or never. We was like, we got to go hard. So it was day in, day out, grind, work. Oh, you need some songs written? You need placement? You need us to engineer? You need me to do studio time? It was grind, bro. And we didn't give ourselves no other options. Me and my brother have lived together. We have lived together. We have had our entire families together. We ain't had no options. So that free thing is designed to cater to those people who don't have money. Because I'll tell you, people in the industry, right, who understand value, and like there's a lot of people who want free consultation from me. right? They'll contact me on Instagram, which they'll be talking to one of my team members. Hey, I seen you on YouTube, liked you, blah, blah, love your message. Hey, check this out. Or I want to talk to you. I want you, tell me what you think and I need some consultation. And it's like, I get paid for this. I get paid to consult because the people who are serious about their business take my consultation and they implement it. They take what I say and they implement it. They say, hey, lay me out a proven system that will work if I implement it through repetition. And I lay it out. And they saying, I just paid for this consultation. I'm going to implement this man's services. I'm going to implement what he says. So the people who I give free advice to, like a lot of people who follow my channel, most of the time guys don't do what I say. And they'll say, well, I did so and so. You got the troller who has the answer to every damn thing. He has the answer to everything but has nothing, right? So, I did so and so and so and that didn't work for me. Well, what did work? They won't give you that part. What did work? If that didn't work, what did work? Right? So the free thing is truly, it's just nature, man. It's designed to grab those people who are going to take this free service and they're hungry enough to make it work. You know what I mean? So, don't look at it that way. Just, look at it another way. Now, there's other people who want, they'll run that, well, guy, give me a trial before I buy. They never have an intent to buy. They're there to actually criticize, and that's something completely different. If you're one of those people who are more of a critic versus an implementer, then you got to look within yourself, look inside yourself before you look outside. And I'm able to judge a lot of that when I'm talking to people based on their comments. You know what I mean? People that are very critical, but they don't give an answer. Right? So if you're going to take away something from somebody, you have to give something in return. So if a person does a bad job at something, even if it's free service, you got to give them an alternative. You just can't take away everything and not give something in return. Okay, so that's how I look at that. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Alan Lavelle, for the $5 tip, man. I appreciate it so much. You and Toon V, man. I thank you so much for that. That's what they call that, a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right. There are a lot. It is. I just requested my funds that were sitting there. This won't happen to me again. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Divine Capacity says, dropping knowledge, peace and blessings. Thank you so much for that. Lewis OGK says, what happened? Distrokid went down. If you haven't figured that out by now, and I'm just going through the videos now. Now, great question. Ryu Jen is asking a lot of great questions. He says, what happens to your music when a distribution service goes under? Nothing. It stays there. Once it's in that platform, it stays in that platform until you request that music to go down. The rights holder requests that music to get down through whatever sources that you may have. So that music stays on there if they do go down. Now, how you will receive your money or if they distributed money to that distribution company is a whole nother topic. Not sure how you can go about receiving money that is possibly owed to you from a distribution company, or if they've issued money, how you go about getting that money. For the most part, the real question would be, if you are due any money after that, how will you receive it? Because most platforms do not deal with individual artists. They deal with distribution platforms and let them sort out the distributing of the funds. Most of the time they will send out a bulk amount of money and fees, send you over the analytics to what the payout rates are, who had so many streams, and then the distribution company is supposed to be set up to have a algorithm in place that pinpoints and highlights where the money goes. So I don't know, but that's a great question again, Ryu. Thank you. You've been asking very good questions, brother. Thank you so much. Dwayne B. Nice says, okay, I'm looking for new potential music. Dwayne, thank you as well. And Dwayne, yes, I try my best to be as straightforward as possible. I don't try to sugarcoat shit. I know a lot of times, other people do other things. We're all designed and put here on this planet to do other, to deliver this message differently. So, whether it's Brandman Sean, who I adamantly love that young brother and what he does. Because again, I'm 45. My ego has been checked. You know what I mean? So I don't look at no one as competition to me. I'm just hoping that they give you good information. But I love Brandman Sean. I frequent Adam Ivy every now and then. Just got to be real. Got to be me. You know what I mean? But I have to do it from a perspective of a person who have worked with, and my brother works with the mainstream artists. We're not music producers who have done, and we're working with indie artists every day, and that becomes our thing, or we've gotten a few placements here in our lives. We've gotten hundreds of placements as the Peacemakers, hundreds of placement with major artists, hundreds of placements in movies and films and things like that. So who I am is going to be completely different than a lot of different people. I just hope that you can relate to me. I hope that who I am as a person, you guys are able to relate to, for lack of a better word. Okay. Brandon JB asks a great question. He says, how do you think music will change now that everything is streamed, such as things like song length? I see, and that's a great question, Brandon JB. The future, these movies, like, for example, Fifth Element, that was made. This may be out of a lot of you millennials' time frame or allotment when it comes to movies, but movies like Fifth Element and all these futuristic movies, they are pretty much telling you where music is going. Okay, so yes, music it's getting shortened. It's definitely doing that, and it's getting shortened for a reason. Let's talk about value. When you're talking about, for who? All right, you locking. So when you look at value given, and you're looking at streaming rates, and you're saying I'm only making 0.0027 a stream. Hold on, real quick. How'd you? Chungus. Oh, make sure you keep your phone on you so that when I call you, you actually answer. I said that on YouTube loud. Thank you. So, anyway, so when you look at the fact that in your revenue, when you look at your return on investment, when you are producing music, right? If you don't have a home studio, you're still incurring electricity. You're incurring a lot of different things, right? Your sound packs, whatever it takes you to make your music, record, things of that nature. So there's an investment involved. And so when you look at the fact that for all of your streaming and royalty rates, now you're getting a sub penny. You're getting a below a penny now. When I say a sub penny, it's below a penny. And that it takes so much to get a return on your investment. I see where it is more advantageous to have shorter music. Why create a 4 or 5 minute song, right? And people's attention span now, like on Instagram, Twitter, and different places like this, is short form. Everything is short form. It makes sense that the future of music becomes shorter form of music, right? There's going to be people who still make long form music, but I believe that people are going to say, hey, I think people are more interested in a concept, an idea, and then I'll give you part 2 of that in the next song. So if it's we're talking about love or whatever, let me give you part 1 of this trilogy, right? So in that part 1 of this trilogy, we're going to talk about how I met this girl, right? And what we're getting ready to do. That's the whole song. Next song will be, oh, okay, now that I met this girl, this is what we did and how we did this. And I think music will become shorter, to answer your question. I do think it will become shorter because it just makes sense. It's smart. I'm not making as much money, and I'm not getting my investment back when I give you long form music. Now, with that said, and I want to end this because I don't want to draw it out too much. I see people saying, you want to hear the rest of my song? Make sure you see me on tour. I can see that. I can see saying, I'll give you a full 4 minutes of this song when you come to my concert. Okay, so can you imagine being on stage trying to perform a 1.5-minute song and that's it? Thank you. All right. Okay, so my track number 2 is your tour will be the shortest tour ever. So, yeah, I can see that happening. Guys are asking a lot of great questions. So there are a lot lit up says, and I'm slaughtering your name, and I apologize. Says, how do you feel about people buying like 50 phones and running up their own streams, creating their own bag? I think if you got the money to buy 50 damn phones and you got the time to um, do 50 streams at a time and you go through that whole thing to make it happen, have at it. I listen, and then let me explain to you why I say that. You know, for people who that because basically they're creating their own source of revenue. I think it's an investment. I think, you know, if you don't care about the notoriety, I think if you're more concerned about the money and the finances, go hard. Who am I to judge, right? I think if you sit here and say, well, I I got 100,000 streams and my music hit the charts and it was all you listening to it, I don't think you have that right. I don't think you have that right to boast about your accomplishments if you're doing it. I do think you have that right if it's all about the money for you trying to feed your baby. I don't think there's no rules when it comes to feeding your baby. I just don't believe you should take from other people, okay, which is what people are saying, oh, you're stealing from other artists. How? When most of the revenue stream that is being funded now is ad revenue, which you're stealing from the corporate government. You know what I mean? You're stealing from corporations. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's that I'm a little mixed on. But I think if it boils down to you busting your tail and getting it however you think you need to get it, it's on you. Who am I to judge? If it don't affect me and it's not financially affecting me, who am I to judge? You know, when I listen to music on Spotify, if I pay a membership on Spotify or iTunes, I'm not concerned about if somebody went and got 100,000 streams because they played all the music themselves on 50 phones. You understand me? It don't affect me, you know, because I'm not going to learn about the music. And if I like their music, I like their music. It doesn't matter whether it was botted or it was real. If I run across your music and I like it, I don't care whether you got 100,000 followers or subscribers or a million. And most of you guys who follow me on Instagram know this. I don't care. If I F with you, I F with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's on them. But it's a great question. Again, I love these questions you got, man. I mean, you guys asked some great questions. Jack Bellamy asks a great question. He says, well, let me go back. I apologize. Chuck Raw Productions asks, you missed all my questions last try. Do you consider to offer Do you consider to offer other payments methods other than PayPal at TPM distribution? Because we can't use PayPal in our country. Well, yes, I do have other payment options when it comes to sending your payment to you. See, I answered your question. I just couldn't see it. This is what Super Chat is for, guys. Spend a little money if you got a very important question, and do the Super Chat if you got a question. But yeah, we have other options. Sorry about that, Chuck Raw. You know what I mean? Because I saw you earlier, so I definitely didn't want to feel like you were I was neglecting you in any kind of way. Jack Bellamy asks a great question. He asks us, I just made up a damn word, ask us. Is an EP still needed in today's era? I see everything being an EP at one point in time. I see people doing 3, 4 EPs at a time. I see people putting out EPs over albums just because of the same reason why we just talked about streaming revenue and the songs being shortened. I see EPs being that thing to go to. I can see where albums will no longer exist and EPs will be the thing of choice because I can put out an EP, title it like I did an album, put out less music on it, and then give you 3 hot burning tracks out of my EP, or 4 tops or 5 tops, and then come back and drop another EP, right? And then I can combine those and then say, well, purchase both of my EPs, and now you can purchase my album with all of them on it. So yeah, I do see EPs having longevity. I see EPs being the go-to. I think EPs is very resourceful. I think it's a great way to promote and market. I think it is the short form version of music. I think it's the IG of music, to put out an EP, and I think it's a go-to right now. I do think people will be doing more EPs. I'm trying to get everybody. There are a lot, Lydia. He says, when I seen Drake get caught with a streaming room, it made me big hum. Yes, because here's the thing. You got to realize, man, even the major artists, let me say this to you guys. Everything is stolen. When there is proven success in doing something, why reinvent the wheel? Okay? And what I mean by that, so what they're doing now is, guys, what's happening now with these streaming rooms and stuff like that is no different than what the major labels was doing back in the days when they actually had to press and print albums. Before the digital age, they had to print 500,000 albums and buy 100,000 to make it chart. Why? So it can grab the attention of the masses. So if there is a company like Billboard who is promoting the people and people are following Billboard and they're saying, well, if this music hit our charts and this is the top 100, you need to pay attention to it. So in order for these major labels to break artists, they would invest in themselves. They will print all these damn records, these vinyl records. Then they will buy 100,000 back from the distributor. Distributor now in return is submitting those numbers to the charts. They're valid purchases. They can't deny them whether you're buying them or not. And then they're making the artist chart based on the stream. Is it cheating? Yes. But the rich have always cheated. Right? So, it is what it is. And that's the thing. People inflate numbers. They inflate their numbers for the purpose of getting the attention of others. Because the last thing that our ego want is to say, oh, Drake album was flop. The last thing Drake is going to do is allow him to look like a flop. The labels flop, Interscope flop. Oh, we're not going to have a flop artist. We're gonna make this work. Whether by hook or crook. And back in the days it was if you're gonna do sexual favors and you're in with that person and they owe you something, that made it even better, right? So, you had a lot of artists that was, changing their sexual preferences, or you had artists that was doing sexual favors. You had musician artists or movie actresses that was doing sexual favors. It's nothing new. Also that there can be an investment by this rich guy rich woman who invested in you to inflate your numbers, to give you that notoriety. It's all a science. It made sense in my head when I first said it. It might not be so much for you guys, but the reasoning behind Drake inflating numbers is nothing new, is what I'm saying. Life Network, thank you so much. You're more than welcome. And thank you for recognizing the knowledge. Dwayne McKnight, thank you as well. Thank you so much, man. I want to pronounce your name so well, much better than I am. I'm just going to say Lil Dot at the end. You know who he is. There a lot, a dot, little dot. There you go. It almost sounds like you a thought. There a thought, a little thought, everywhere a thought. But I didn't want to say that, but my sense of humor, guys. You got to work with me. TNYG questioned, is one song a month the new standard, followed by a 7-track album once a year? That does seem to be the new standard. It was basically not the exact formula that Russ used, but it's one of the formulas that Russ do admit to, putting out all this music, and then once he got hot, then coming back and then people recognizing all that music he put out worked for him. But yes, it does seem to be that thing, because here's the thing: creativity can't be stifled, okay? And when someone's creative, one of the things that happen with musicians, just like myself, like all this talking I do, like me being on here an hour, 2 hours, I've been on here twice a day only because I've been in fire school. So I'm doing my fire thing today, and we've been doing distribution, and we're doing all these analytics. So I had a little time. But when creativity comes, I can do this all day. You could be asking questions, and I'll be ba 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 ba. So there's a lot of artists that are saying, wait, that's how we were in the studio, right? Me and my brother, we made it because we had at least 10,000 songs on a hard drive that got lost with Andre Rison from the Atlanta Falcons. We was working with him. He had a record label called Bullpen, and at that time we had about 10,000 songs that we lost on a hard drive that he probably still has. And so, and I say that to you because when creativity comes, one song a month won't be shit. You'll be doing like what most of us YouTubers do when we get the inclination. When you see me pumping out video after video after video, I'm doing several things. I'm taking these live chat streams, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let this information sit here. There's gonna be something that somebody missed. So then I chop it up, put it out, chop it up, put it up, and then that's where you'll see me dropping 5 or 6 videos in a month time, right? Then there's time where I'm doing so much other stuff I can't do it. But when the information is flowing, bro, get it done. Drop 2 songs a thing. Especially here's my thing. If you have the fan base, or if you're trying to build a fan base and you want to show diversity and your music is good and you have the resource to make sure it's mixed the proper way and it sounds good, drop it. Drop it. If your flow is good, your creativity, your penmanship is good, go. I can definitely see 1 song, 2 songs a month at some point in time. You know what I mean? So what's the difference between dropping two songs than it is dropping 2 albums in a year? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the equivalent would be. If you put out 2 songs a month, that's 24 songs. That's like equivalent to 2 albums. So yeah, I can definitely see it happening. Much respect to you all as well, man. 100%. At turn S says Britney Spears would buy Britney Spears. I think you're saying Britney Spears. Oh boy, you guys got a lot of great questions. I'm trying to answer all the questions. I'm trying to invoke statements that you guys made that was for some reason limited by YouTube or whatever. Major labels make it happen to who they invest in. I'm my biggest investor. Great, you're right. How should I go about finding a music manager, and should you critique a song? And would you critique a song? So, Dredo, let me answer the first question. Dredo B, how should I go about finding a music manager? So the question is real simple. How do I go about finding a music manager? You need a music manager, and you want to know how you need to go about finding that music manager. And it's real simple. You don't have to find a music manager when you do everything that you're supposed to do the right way. Music managers, in the sense of you needing management, comes to you when they see potential in an up and coming artist based on numbers. Everything is analytics, guys. This is what I was talking about to you in previous videos and this video. Everything is based on analytics. When you have the right numbers, people who are investing their time in you, called managers, are giving a large portion of their lives to you. That's what you're asking for. You're asking for someone to believe in you, and you want them to give a large portion of their lives up to you. Why do I say that? Because as a manager, managers oversee booking, they oversee shows, they oversee music projects, they oversee PRs, they oversee press releases, they oversee so many different things that literally their lives become your lives. So when you ask someone to do that for you, when you ask someone to give up their life for you, to believe in you and move you forward, you have to put the legwork in. You gotta have everything in place that allows them to be able to make moves. Because if you have not built up that momentum, you're asking someone to take their life and build that momentum up in you. Again, you're asking them to take a portion of their life and then give it to you to help you build your career. All under the ideal and concept that you may or may not stick with them after your contract is over with. Think about what I just said. So managers do that. When it comes to looking for that manager, my best advice is make sure you have all your eggs in your basket. Make sure that you have already invested the time and effort and built up a fan base, giving that manager something to work for and with. Give them the momentum. Just all you want to do is basically say, I've already done the hard work. I just need someone to micromanage my situation now and make sure that as I focus on creativity, as I focus on doing my shows and connecting with my fans and building my social media following, that you deal with and delve in what I've built. Do not go and find or seek a manager to build you out from the ground up, because more than likely you won't. You won't find someone who's willing to do it now when it's too easy for me as a manager to go and get someone who's already have a vested interest in themselves and have proven it by already establishing a fan base and doing the work ahead of me being a part of what they have. I hope that makes sense, and I hope it helped you. Questions. I like this, guys. And trust and believe me, I'm breaking all this stuff down, and I'm going to use it again. All right. It says, Lil Dot says, I respect you, the real Dot. Oh, I like that, see? The real Dot, Lil Dot. I respect you for doing this. I'm a 30-year-old man with a wife and 6 kids. I've made moves this far independent, but I've watched you for a year now, and you've helped with your knowledge of this. Thank you so much. And I commend you for not being scared to say how many children you have and that you are a husband and that you have a wife. Many of us get caught up in the idea that we're doing this by ourselves. But when we're in the music business, whether you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, or whoever, you're never alone. And one of the things that we do so well is we take on this task alone. But let me say this to you, Doc, as you've given me so much information, because I have more children than you have. Allow your children to be your motivation. Allow them to be the reason why you do it. Okay, whether you see them or not, whether they're all in one home or not, at least you can build a future for them whether they're in your life or not, or whether they understand or not. Let them be the motivation and drive. The fame and notoriety, trust me, it's overrated, because one of the things that I definitely came to understand working with Dre all those years and being around Dre was the sense of pride. They have to spend so much money to do little things that they would normally enjoy in the public, but they cannot do in the public no more, like go to the beach. So he has to go and buy an island just to go to the beach. And it sounds extravagant, oh, I got my own island, but the cost of maintaining that island, the cost of being this person. So don't do it for the notoriety. Do it for the purpose of your children, your seed. Something lacing that front, or that aspect of your life, so that your children don't have to go through what you went through as a man to make sure that there's food on their table. You get what I'm saying? Because the notoriety, it gets overrated. And I'm not a Dr. Dre. I'm not a Snoop Dogg. People wouldn't even know that we did anything for them if I walked the street. But because I am a person that have a political influence, because I have entertainment influence, because I'm considered a, quote, celebrity because of all the things I do. When I go to the store, when I go certain places, it gets irritating when everyone knows your name. You know what I mean? When you're trying to shop and people are trying to take pictures with you, or they need something from you, or it does get irritating. So do it for the babies. And that's what I'm saying. I commend you for acknowledging your children, and let that be your motivation. Val Johnson says, hey, how to build a buzz? Val, really, I've answered this before, but if you really want to know how to build a fan base and how to build a buzz, there's several different things. There's growth hacks, okay? It's how you want people to recognize you as a musician, as an artist, whatever it is you do. How do you want people to see you for who you are? And the key behind it is, we live in a world now where everything is being revealed. People are looking you up. They're searching you. They're doing all this information. Be the person that shares a part of your life, the struggle. I'll tell you again, as you guys watch and pay attention, you're not paying attention. Reality shows like the VH1 Love and Hip Hop and all these different reality shows that's showing up and are becoming popular, and things of that nature, is telling you the format behind this. People like CJ So Cool, and what's the guy name that was pretending to be a police and no one thought he was? Patty Mayo. All these guys are telling you the science behind creating a buzz. We live in a reality world. People want to see your growth, your road to success. People want to believe in someone. People want to be able to relate to someone else. They want to feel like there's a connection behind me and this other person. And if you deliver that in a way that is acceptable, meaning you take the time out, edit it, format it, you tell the story the right way in ways that people are accustomed to seeing it, you will build that fan base, because the only thing people want is the truth. They want the truth. People don't want to be catfished no more. People don't want to be lied to no more. People want realism. We now live in a world where the illusion no longer exists. Reality is more acceptable. You get what I'm saying? So being realistic with people and allowing them to know you is the true way of gaining that fan base. And I tell people that all the time. I grew very quickly, I hope, because of my realism. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can't reveal everything to everybody, because there's not enough time in a day for me to literally have a camera follow me. And I don't like cameras following me that much, even though I do know at some point that that's going to be of interest to people. My channel's going to probably have to grow. In order for my channel to grow and not be stifled, I'm going to have to change up the format of how I deliver my content to you guys. I'm looking at now doing a reality-based deliverance of content, where you guys see what I have to deal with when it comes to negotiating distribution deals, or dealing with artist relationships, or dealing with media relations, or dealing with contract negotiation or consultation. This is all a part of my life. So that way it's not just me saying it, it's you seeing what actually needs to be done. You guys seeing the failures and successes and things of that nature. So what I'm saying to you is, be ready to reveal a portion of your life that you weren't normally willing to give up. That's the reality. Even as a music producer, there is music producers and young producers and kids and teenagers that want to see this in you. You understand? I said CJ So Cool earlier. This dude has 4.3 million followers. Most of these are babies following him. This is a grown man. He has his life with his fiance, or whatever she is to him, and then her children that he's raising as his. Her children, his children. is that part that these children want to see. They like the bling, they like the life they go and the fun trips and the pranks and all those different things. However, I'm saying this to you because that is what the world we live in now. We live in the world where people want to know you. They want to know the real you. And then your music and your production or whatever it is you are as a music producer, musician, or writer, or whatever, that's the bonus. The bonus is listening to the music you create based on the obstacles you just overcame or the successes you just had. How are you going to write this story, Val? How are you going to tell me what just happened this time, Val? Right? That's what people want to see. Big Mitch UGK says, that 2-song idea is Bombay. Didn't think of it like that. That's what's up. And for those rough, I'm going to put you out there. See, Big Mitch UGK. See, it's the reason why he has UGK behind his name. Yeah, Underground Kings. Y'all recognize, man. So it just goes to show you that you will never know who's watching, who's around, and who's paying attention. You know what I mean? And Big Mitch, big ups to you for stepping out of the shadows and coming forth in the light, man. Thank you so much. Ryu Jen says, have you been inspired to work or collaboratio with any of your Music Millionaire members? We work with our Music Millionaire members constantly. We work with them. So let me put it this way. Music Millionaires is you guys learning the music business, okay? Giving you guys the tools and everything you need. The sync department and what we do outside of Music Millionaires is a separate division because that's what we work with our members on. We work with those who work with themselves, but the first part of it is getting your business together. So I don't like to work with people who don't have their business together. I don't like working with people who are going to look at me sideways because, oh, well, you didn't tell me I need to have my be affiliated with a performing rights company or organization, or you didn't teach me about publishing, or you didn't tell me my corporation should be set up this way. I don't do business that way because first thing you're going to do is look at me sideways. So once you get that part set up, then we work with people on the other aspect of it. But we do work with our members. We work hand in hand, which is what I would. Oh, but I don't remember you being on the first live stream, so you wouldn't know that. So yes, we do. And again, congratulations to all of the guys who have been signed up as peacemakers. I think I've signed 10 agreements in the last 2 weeks for members who've become official peacemakers, and you're part of the writing team and the production team. Congratulations on you guys. Congratulations for the music inclusion into the music library for the company that we're working with. And congratulations, well, again, I'm talking too fast, but a lot of good stuff coming with all those guys who just signed. What else is there? Come on. John Boyle says, my last manager ripped me off for $78,000 over some damn rights BS. Says a lot. Says a lot because one thing I've always told people is know your business better than people you employ. When you don't know the business better than people you employ, you set yourselves up for that BS. Exactly. So thank you, John Boyle, for sharing that with us. Appreciate it so much. John Boyle, that's what's up. So Video 4.0 says, I've been reaching out for sync placements, but you are a hard man to get in touch with. All right. So Video 4.0, first and foremost, we don't just do sync placements. It's a membership, and we have people that invest in their craft first. Once you invest in your craft and your music and you pass certain criteria, there is no more basically paying for sync memberships. And that's what we've been doing. Once we get your music placed, it's like you're paying for it within itself. We just want to see people that are dedicated. So if you've been trying to get with me with sync placements and you're not a sync plus member, that's why. Because I allow my team to do their job, and it's Kevin's job to make sure that we get the right people in place, and I don't overstep my boundaries when I put people in place to do their job. So if you're interested in sync placements, you just got to go to sync. I think I did it before. I don't know. Let me make sure I got it. There we go. I'll put the link into it right here for those who are interested in sync placements and getting their music on TV and film. As one thing, and I think more producers, when they understand the dynamics of streaming, that they will spend less time putting their music on streaming platforms and more time trying to get their music placed versus trying to get streams from it. I think once you guys realize how much music is needed within the TV and movie and film, and as they become more content creators, let me back up and do this. Why should you abandon streams as a music producer versus push other avenues? One of the reasons, again, that you producers need to be abandoning trying to get just normal streams on instrumentals is because if you're not utilizing your instrumentals in a radio type format and utilizing YouTube and creating your virtual online radio stations through YouTube, you need to be putting them in and trying to get them placed with TV and film, because you will get a higher return on your investment with what it takes and costs you to make your music versus what you'll receive on the back end, and we call your retirement monies, when your music is placed and you're receiving that royalty check 30 years from now for something that was placed on TV and film 30 years earlier. So the thing that most people don't get right now as music producers is, as you spend so much time and effort trying to distribute your music through platforms like Distrokid, and you find yourself being frustrated and upset because of the low royalty rates, you are overlooking the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of people, equaling millions of people now, that are coming into the content creation. Everyone wants to be a star. And as people hone in on their skill set and understand what it takes for a video to be and go viral, and or for a film or a short film to be successful, the more people make videos and become content creators, the more they realize the need for music. Okay, and when these people start realizing the need for music, they eventually don't want to be utilizing or using the same music that everyone else uses on YouTube. Okay, they did free YouTube library tracks. They eventually need something that's going to fit a theme. And with that said, you guys need to be becoming very aware that that is still considered sync placements. When your music is synced with someone's video on YouTube or Vimeo or wherever it is, that is considered sync, guys, and you will get paid for it through your performing rights organizations. So what I'm saying to you is that abandoning streaming will happen by music producers. If your music isn't getting placed with an artist, you will be abandoning streaming because you will just see it pointless to upload your music on music streaming platforms when people are ripping the music off, utilizing it for mixtapes. You're not going to get paid because they aren't claiming the music as their own, and they're doing a Chance the Rapper thing to you. What do I mean by that? Yes, Chance is notorious for taking people's music, utilizing it, not making it for sale, not making it available for sale, right? He's not claiming it. He's not copywriting it. He's creating it. He's making it a mixtape, and then publishing it, right? And then you, the artist or producer, get nothing. You, the producer, get nothing because he didn't monetize it. They didn't make any money off of it, right? So as you see this happening, you will start understanding that I need to shift my focus to getting sync placements. I need to be getting my music in the hands of those people who are making original content and who need music like mine to fit a theme or a scene. Even if it's 10 or 15 seconds, I can get paid off of those 10 or 15 seconds, because it doesn't matter in the music industry how long someone played your music. It's the fact that they played it. I hope this helps you guys. All right. Imperial Force LLC asks, is putting out a beat album worth the time and investment for a music producer? I think I just answered that for you. I hope I did. And yes, everyone needs to be a sync member, placement member, guys, for your music to be submitted. It's not fair to me. As much as I know and love all you guys, it's not fair to Kevin and my team, who works very hard and make these contacts and reach out and do this negotiating and handle all these different. It's unfair to them just to be doing it for free. So, you got to be a member. Shooter, this a chaotic beat says, salute. I've been watching for a few minutes, but what caught my attention was the fact that as a producer slash artist, you advise to look further than streaming. What exactly do you mean by that? I hope that I already answered that for you with my previous statement. So I hope I went in. If I didn't, just let me know. Imperial Force, you're more than welcome. Manifest Glory says, can rappers still beat and upload to distribution? Yes. Yes. Can you get paid off of it still? Yes. Yes, you can still get paid. One of the things I think people don't, or producers particularly, let me go back. Can rappers steal your music and distribute it through a distribution portal? 100% yes. They can steal your music and or borrow your music, claim it's a mixtape. As long as they aren't filing copyrights and claiming ownership of that music, they can do it. Copyrighting music and saying that it's theirs then becomes an issue. However, what you have as a music producer to support, or excuse me, that can help you is the fact that once that music is uploaded to a distribution platform, you now can file it with your performing rights organization and or your music publisher. If you file it with your music publisher and your performing rights organization, one, you have to let them know that it exists. You need to have the IRSC codes to be able to rightfully identify that music and the title. So that way they can make sure that they are representing the proper catalog of music that you own. Two, should you be trying to sue the rapper or said artist? No, not unless you get nothing out of it. If you get nothing out of it, or it blows up and it gets million views, you need to be suing them for the licensing rights and things of that nature because you did not give them that. But if it's just a little independent rapper and artist and you know that you're not going to receive any money or they don't have any money, there's no need to do that. Just take it because you can still place that music somewhere else and still collect money on it. For every time that music is placed or is distributed or performed, you're going to get paid no matter what the title is. This is what they do in the sync industry. Sometimes music is retitled based on who it's used. All of it, if it's your music, is still yours, right? So you're going to get paid for it. And if you got a publishing company, you're going to get mechanicals on it as well, which is what, 0.09 cent per stream or per download, which is a whole nother conversation because now we start getting into the analytics and the breakdown of what's considered ownership or a purchase of music, which is real simplistic today once it is put on a platform or a medium and then it is streamed and it's made available to a fan or person at any time they want. That's considered a download, which is considered a purchase, which then gets into mechanical royalties, which then becomes the bread and butter of your money. Hence what we're doing now for next year's royalty rates, royalties, revenues for my artists. We are now going through the mechanical collection phase and et cetera, et cetera. So you shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't be disgruntled. You just need to know your business, which is you are still going to get paid. Don't do copyright takedowns. Don't do any of that, guys. Just collect the money through your performing rights organization. And if you have a publisher or publishing administrator, then collect the money that way as well so that you can get paid. And it's to your advantage because, again, it doesn't stop you from selling the music because you don't have an exclusive contract with this person. They stole it, right? So you still can sell that music later on. And then they have to deal with the ramifications of copyright infringements and takedowns and content IDs and stuff like that. It won't be on your bag. It won't be on your watch. You'll just be the one benefiting out of it. Hope that makes sense. Make sure you subscribe, guys. I keep dropping jewels like this all the time. All right. Let's see. Someone says, Derek Lewis says, I'm a promoter, publisher that work with artists and trying to get their projects placed. I appreciate the info. I appreciate you. Appreciate you as well, brother. How do you get your music in music libraries? You got to have what music libraries want. But for us, because we are the peacemakers, music libraries are more receptive to us because we have a track record. So bringing awareness to music from team members is a little bit easier for us. Lucky Kid Music says, I'm just realizing you had a Peacemaker account on SoundCloud, just followed it. That's where I make my monthly income these days, up to $1,800 a month. I recently joined Audio Mac and also now about. Great, Lucky Kid. I appreciate you sharing that, letting people know that it is possible to make your money and it's possible to make your money on SoundCloud. Thank you for chiming in and thank you for following my SoundCloud account, which I hardly ever upload anything to, which I need to, obviously. Michael Bradley says, the thank you for your knowledge industry has always been promoting the brand, and marketing your brand is where artists will need the most help. A lot of new artists go out there blind. Thank you, Michael, for recognizing what I've promoted and pushed and always shared with each other, or people like yourself. And as my brothers and sisters in the music industry, let me always say to you that nothing happens overnight, guys. Someone that you may thought popped up out of nowhere has been working hard and very hard for the success that they have. So marketing and branding is the key, guys. When a person sees something over and over again and is embedded in their mind, they automatically is attracted to it, and that's what true marketing and branding is, making people so used to seeing something that they automatically assume success. And that's where a lot of these YouTubers, new musicians, and people like that are becoming famous and popular, because people are talking and acting like these people have been around for years, which they have, but it's only because they have been seeing them on a constant basis. And so remember, guys, when you want something to be successful, brand it, brand it, brand it, brand it, brand it. Make people see it so much they get tired of seeing it, and they just got to say, I need to listen to this guy's music. I need to hear what she or he has. What is it about them that I keep seeing this damn thing? Everybody's sharing it. Well, if you're doing proper branding, if you're doing your job, that's what to do it. Starting to lose my voice, guys. All right, so real quick, how do you get into the film industry? Who decides what beats or music is selected? Real simple, the music supervisor decides what music is selected. And how you get into it is just basically either having connections with someone who is a music supervisor or oversees the music input side, the person who syncs the music, and or being a part of a music library or a music production company who have insights like ourselves. So that's pretty much in a nutshell a summary of how you get into it and who selects it. Derek Lewis says, off topic, I really enjoyed the Native American documentary I saw you in, brother. Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you so much, Derek Lewis, for paying attention to that. Mostly, I keep telling people, most people don't realize that I'm multifaceted. So as I do music, I also have my Native American side. Validated Native American, I know I look black, but see, all Native Americans used to look this way in the Southeast. Most of the Native American tribes here was our skin tone and color and had hair texture like us. And so, yes, I've been on PBS documentaries. I've been in college documentaries. I am actually in the South Carolina's history book. I'm in the 3rd and 8th grade book here in South Carolina. Validated Native American through my bloodline. My grandfather was a Seminole head chief. Matter of fact, both my grandfather on my mother and father's side were Seminole head men and chiefs. And I'm considered a full blood, what we looked like back in the days, my wife as well and my sons. So thank you so much for watching that, and thank you for bringing that to other people's attention. I'm joking. Thank you for bringing it up to everybody else, man. Thank you. And for reference, music is a large part of who we are, which is why I'm in it. Always been in music. We've always been in music, drumming and things like that. So it's just a part of who we are. At Lucky Kid Music, you should do a tutorial video on how you make money on SoundCloud. See, and great idea, Chuck Raw. That's exactly what I mean. You guys have the ability to make more money on YouTube by doing educational courses. It's what I've been telling people for a while now. You guys need to be taking advantage as music producers who are good at what they do and start teaching. There's always somebody that's going to want to hear what you've learned. They want your experience. And our jobs as teachers, the older we get, is to pass on that information to those coming up under us. It takes a tribe or a village to raise a child or a nation. So think about that way, and that's a great idea, Chuck Raw. I agree with you 100%. Shooter, the Chaotic Beat says, I appreciate the info you are sharing. I didn't actually catch what you spoke on in its entirety as far as streaming. Just subscribed and followed as well. Would I like to ask about placements? I understand what you're saying. I put the sync placements in there for a reason, guys, because it is a membership thing. Go to it. There's opportunity there. If you got some great music and you feel like your music can make it, it can have audio, it can have vocals on it, it can be instrumentals. Kevin is going to hone in on you. Kevin is very good at what he does. I've picked a very studious, bright young man who has the experience in sync placements. So it wasn't just me doing it. Wasn't just me singing it. For the most part, most of our sync placements come directly from the labels and things of that nature. But Kevin goes out and he gets it on behalf of you guys. And if you join the sync placement team, you will be in contact with Kevin, and he will then direct you to our Facebook page and make you a member, and then he gives you the briefs, he gives you the jobs, he tells you what we have coming to us, what people are looking for, and it's constantly happening. And then he tells you when you submit your music, he'll tell you what you need to change in it to make it submittable. So it's definitely worth you guys joining. Johnny in Noodle says, is this clickbait? No, Johnny, you just missed 105 minutes of me being on here talking about Distrokid service is gone. So you may have to watch this in its entirety at the very beginning, and we show you what happened with Distrokid. Distrokid was down, and it's been back and forth. So this is not clickbait, my brother. We are just now winding down, and because I'm a musician and I'm a teacher and I'm a business owner and I'm a part of a Grammy Award winning team, people ask questions and take advantage, Johnny, of being able to talk to me and chat with me. Okay, so no, it wasn't clickbait. We did discuss Distrokid, and it was down, and it was down for quite some time, and now it's just we've evolved into questions. Okay, questions and answers. Okay, so Lucky Kid is communicating now. Jack Bellany, thank you. Look here. You know what, Jack? You just earned moderator. You just earned yourself to be added as a moderator. All right, Jack Bellany, you are now a moderator because you just said don't forget them thumbs up. Like that, brother. All right. So, distribution services, you need to know someone in the industry to recommend you. Yes, Ryu Jen. Empire just does not take on anyone for distribution. However, let me say this to you guys as well. What is distribution? Distribution is just utilizing someone else's resources to get your music in all the places that you want to be in. However, it does not guarantee that someone's going to market or promote you. If it's about distribution, we have worldwide distribution. I'll be honest with you. Matter of fact, we have distribution places that Empire can't get in. Okay, and our agreements is based on my international agreement that I have with a company that has an agreement with BMG and Sony, and so it's like a collaboration of us guys who utilize our resources in the distribution platform that gives that availability to everyone. But when you're looking at distribution, guys, you got to look at several different things being distributed by, and here's where a lot of you guys are being scammed at, because you're getting people who are contacting you guys and saying, hey, pay me $1,500 or $200. We'll distribute your music through Sony and, get your music and blah, 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 blah. Sony uses the same ish we all use when it comes to getting your music on iTunes. Sony, Empire, they use the same resources we use to get it on, whoever, Spotify, right? The question is, are you a signed artist? Are they going to put money behind you? If they're not, what are you paying someone for distribution for? Well, you're paying because you want to say, oh, you want that distributed by Sony thing. No, that's not going to happen. It's going to say distributed by that company that you signed up with via Sony, whoever or whatever. That doesn't validate you as an artist. It's not going to get you more fans. The whole point behind distribution is getting your music in the places that your fans will be at. So don't be paying for distribution from people up front where you're spending $2, $3, $4, $5, $1,500, because it's not necessarily a scam, but it is when you have to recoup that money. You understand? It is when you have to recoup that money, and you're not going to get all your royalties back, regardless of what they say, because it takes money in order to maintain these platforms. So don't look at Empire and these different companies as that I need to be on them type situation. If you're being signed as an artist, that's one thing. But if you're just talking about distribution, it's nothing. If they're not putting the money behind you and they're not going to support you and promote you, what are you really doing? So, excuse me. Okay. Right, but like I was expecting a lot of you guys to take advantage of the promo. Now I like truly I have a guy that works for a major label, one of the major labels. And without saying anything, and I don't want to get this guy in trouble, but fairly large label, and he is offering services to you guys. He's like Tell them I'll promote them for $40 a month if enough of them are doing it. I'll do it for $40 a month. I'll promote their Instagram. I'll promote their music while I'm doing this major label stuff. And only a handful of you guys took advantage of that. Like $40. This dude is, and the dude came on, Dob came on and told you that this same guy is working his artist, Star Child Kayla. See, this is the stuff that I be amazed at. Like you guys just like, but you'll go and spend $1,500 on a distribution platform or someone. Y'all be emailing me about getting scammed for distribution, but you won't spend money on your marketing or promotion. It'd be killing me. I don't understand that part, but another conversation. All right. Lucky Kid Music says that Derek Lewis, I'm pretty easy to find online and willing to share the knowledge. Make sure you follow all Music Millionaire videos. Also, there's a lot to learn. Thank you so much, Lucky Kid Music. And I will be definitely looking for you to communicate with me. Hit me up on Instagram or hit me up on my email. Let's talk, because I would be interested in you doing some videos if you're down with it. I love featuring and promoting you guys. You don't necessarily have to have your own YouTube channel up and running. I don't mind sharing you guys' video and editing and having my team edit it and putting it out there and making you guys look good if you're going to do the videos. If you want to teach somebody something and bring awareness to you that way. They say all marketing or all news is good news for you when it comes to marketing. So I don't mind doing that, but you guys got to be willing to do it as well. So if you're down for that, Lucky Kid Music, bring it on, brother. Let's teach what you can. And please understand that there is enough money for everybody out here. So you won't be breaking yourself by teaching somebody how to do it. Kev1 says, what would be your advice, bro, on a person been out the game for 6 or 7 years and just starting over again at 32 years old? My first advice would be, if you've been out the music game and you're just getting back and you're over 30, should you be getting back into it? Yes. The advice that I give you is stop worried about how old you are. If nothing else in this world, what we've come to understand in the power of the internet and digital media and media marketing says it doesn't matter what age you are, there is a niche for you, there is a listener for you, there are fans for you. And the fact that we have 97-year-old women that are comedians on Instagram and TikTok should tell you that. There is no limitation on your age, brother. The limit is only on what you put on yourselves. There is artists that are out there right now that you don't know how old they are. They don't even show their face. They wear marshmallows on top of their heads. They cover and mask their faces. Good music is good music. And when people hear good music, they don't care about your age. They don't care about none of that. They like a good music. And when that music is matched with great visual and great scenery and it has a message that I can relate to, that I can apply to my life at that time that I'm going through, whatever I'm going through or have been through, it ain't going to matter whether you're 32, 42, 52, 62, 92. It ain't going to matter. All right? Ren Amadi says, what is Distrokid really gone? Distrokid was gone. It was not. We come to understand, Ren, and because you're coming here late, let me ask this question for you. It was down. It has been going back and forth, up and down for the last couple hours now since I've been on here, so for 2 hours. And it was completely down, and we was trying to figure out what happened. We was hoping that it wasn't a complete server failure or they get hacked, but we are still yet to find out exactly what happened with Distrokid. We will be finding out, obviously, but we don't know what happened until they release or do a press release and talk about what happened and either tell us the truth or make up something. We won't know. However, it was down. It's interesting, and as the ending of this particular video, it seems to be back up and has been up and stable for the last at least latter 20 minutes. All right, but let me go back and make sure. Yes, so it is going up. It's up and it's staying up right now at this moment, and it's not been down. But who knows where the status will be later on. All right, so this wasn't clickbait. At the time this video was being done live, Distrokid was down. All right. Anthony Donald asks, which is better, selling music online or offline? Well, Anthony Donald, to answer your question, let me say this. It's both the same now. You can't sell music offline without utilizing online resources unless you have resources within your town or place that you live and people know you to be a music producer. So selling music online and offline, if you're just selling music, period, I think it's a benefit. But I don't think you should shun yourself or limit your ability to sell music by thinking online, offline, and comparing the two, because I think you'll hurt yourself. When it comes to being a music millionaire or a millionaire as a whole, the aspect of having multiple sources of income, whether it be online or offline, or people knowing me online or offline, is how you will be able to maintain yourself and your family or your business. So utilize both. Don't look at either or. However, trust and believe you can't have one without the other these days. I hope that answers your question. Wave Gang asks, how do you feel about United Masters? I don't because it would mean that I would have to have an opinion on the person who created it, and I don't personally know the brother Steve. I've only met him a couple times, but he doesn't have the necessarily best name in the industry, and not just by chance. It ain't just like a couple people have that opinion of him. I don't know. If it works for you, it works for you. I think if they're offering a service and if he can vindicate himself by what he offers people and offers and help artists become successful, then I say go for it. So it's not about my opinion or what I think about United Master. I think if it works for you, it works for you. But with that said, I understand the idea that you'll never make everybody happy all the time. So Chuck Rock Production says, SG1, I said it before, but the chat is too busy. Tried to send you a super chat, but it doesn't work in my country. Sorry, but I feel you really deserve it. I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much. PayPal works as well. My sense of humor. My sense of humor, you know what I'm saying? However, but thank you, man. I really appreciate it 100%. Derek Lewis says, Mr. SG1, where do I go take advantage of all your resources? I think that's what you're trying to say. I don't know if that's what you're saying. Well, Mr. Derek Lewis, I do have music-millionaires.com, which is a resource teaching you guys how to get your business up and running step by step. Also provide you tools like beat kits. You get over a gigabyte of sounds and samples that we've used to make it in the industry, and we continue to use. You get documentation contracts, things of that nature. I teach you how to set up your camera, set up your business, music business. Yeah, I'm spitting and shit. I'm spitting now because my mouth dry. I'm going hoarse. See what y'all doing to me? 2 times today I've been on here for over 100 minutes. But Music-Millionaires is where I teach people how to set up their business, and then I have the sync portal, which is in the chat here if you're interested in getting sync placements or TV and placements. Then I have the THA-Peacemakers, spelled like a piece of pie, PIECEMAKERZ.com, that you guys can go for other services that we have and we offer. I just got a lot, guys. I got a lot going on. I got a lot of businesses. We do publishing, we do TV and sync. We do distribution. We do YouTube MCN. I have a wireless company. I got a lot going on, guys, which I'm trying to show you through example what it takes to be a music millionaire and just be a millionaire as a whole, so that you always have money coming in. So when one thing is slow, the other thing kicks in. And that's the true definition of maintaining life as a whole and being able to support yourself. I myself have traditional land that I purchased for my people, my tribe. And that was my whole goal, to make sure that my children and my family and members have a place to stay. And that's my motivation behind doing what I do with my businesses. You have to have yours, and this is what motivates me and gets me up every night and makes me go to bed late and having, early morning international conversations and meetings and conference calls and things of that nature. So music-millionaires.com. I hope I answered your question. Again, going hoarse, guys. And I'm overdue for this thing to go off. This is our electronic lease, because I'm on the fire department too. I'm a volunteer firefighter. But you have to be certified as a firefighter to do it. So I am in certification and firefighter training certification as a first responder. I am a certified first responder. So with everything that I do in the realm that I do, I dedicate my life to helping and saving other people if possible. And I think that is a large part of who we should be as humans, to try to help ourselves. And I hope people really get that if you're not a subscriber now, and you haven't subscribed, that you do subscribe under the pretense of, this is legitimately who I am. I want to help. You understand? And my businesses create jobs for people who are either music inspired, want to do music, or do marketing and promotion. And then I pass that on to you guys as the plug. But I am a first responder. I am a firefighter. I don't have to be. I choose to be. to help people, and all this comes together one day soon. Maybe if I can get the fire chief's permission, we can do video on what they go through, and what they have to do, and what we actually have to do when we're on fire calls and auto accidents, and just the stuff that we go through, guys. And that's one of the things I'll share with you why I do this, because you guys are a breath of fresh air. Being able to share my knowledge and experience, and be able to shift my focus away from doing CPR on a child or something who didn't make it, or a person who we have to save life. You know what I mean? I decided to dedicate my life after my son killed my best friend, who was my bodyguard and my security, head of security for me. I decided that as a Native American, when you take away something or something's taken from you, you have to give in return. And so I dedicate myself to being a first responder and a firefighter to do my best to help people. So this is a part of that, because I like helping you guys, and I hope that my information that I'm giving you guys help you in one way, fashion, or form. So if this thing goes off, our video will get cut short, okay? Anyway, well, Ren Almighty asks, what two top distribution companies would you recommend, not including the cheap price for distribution, but everything else? And honestly, Ren, I'll be honest with you, there is no two that I would definitely utilize or recommend to you, because I don't use them. When it comes to everything right now is auxiliary services. So what do they offer you in return, and what do they charge you in the interim? Because that's what's going on now. Companies like Distrokid, which I wholeheartedly recommend to indies for the purpose of, if it's going to get your music out there and you need that start, and get your feet wet, use it. I definitely would tell you use Distrokid. But then at the same token, I'll tell you use TuneCore. However, there's just auxiliary fees and things that they do charge you for. So there is no one particular company I will gravitate toward recommending to you. Like I said, we have our own distribution outlet and company. We don't charge you for every service we offer. We offer worldwide, literally. Our distribution is worldwide. I'll show you exactly the countries that we distribute to. Did I do it right? I didn't do it right because I haven't been logged in. Anyway, there is no one particular company that I would necessarily recommend, only because of me not using them. And I know that doesn't help you, and I apologize that it doesn't help you. However, that's my truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I can say it for you. I'm trying to find this thing real quick. Create a bundle. Here we go. So I say the less you have to spend on their services, that if they're willing to believe in what you're going to do for your music, if they're willing to, say, hey, we'll take a portion of your music first. I'm trying to get this together real quick. Oh, here we go. If they're willing to say, hey, we get paid when you get paid, I think that's a great formula. One of the things that I've always shared with you guys was the fact that I do business with my German counterparts, and one of the things that they could not stand is the Distrokid format, because they made me and helped me understood the philosophy and concept that you're making people pay up front, and if they want to, that's fine, but don't say it's royalty free. I understood that from them when they saying you're paying them your royalties up front that you got to earn back, and they're only taking a percentage of it. And once I got that, that was cool. But I think territories, you guys can see that, and I hate doing it this way, but I don't have screen share on my phone. But we offer everything. We literally offer worldwide distribution. You see that? All these places you have the option to check for your music to be in. You see that? All the way to Zimbabwe. So from A to Z, guys. Zambia, South Africa, we have it. The Virgin Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka. See, all those are countries that we distribute our music to. You just got to say, I want to do worldwide distribution, right? You can control it. Or if you just want to use United States and Canada, you know what I mean, or Canada, USA, or whatever. But most people do worldwide. So, and that is our portal. As you see, we offer a lot more video options for those who are YouTube, and we offer a lot of stuff, guys. So, that's TPM, the Peacemakers, okay? And those are artists that are distributing. All right. Hope that helped you guys. All right. Let's see. He said, Chuck Ross says, understood your honor. Sir, maybe you think I'm kidding, but PayPal is not available in my country as well. It's a shame, but that's true. I'll check out how I can become a member anyway. That's what's up. Well, when it comes to becoming a million, we don't use PayPal for payments when it comes to becoming a member of the Music Millionaires or the sync placement. We use Stripe as our merchant processor. So as long as you have a credit card that can be used, you'll be able to do it without PayPal. Okay? Armin Armilian. So for those just coming in, please, guys, my moderators and whatnot, please explain to them that what the video was about earlier and where we are now with the Distrokid. Because I know people going to come in and say, what, Distrokid is down? Is this clickbait? You're not talking about Distrokid being down. You're talking about everything else but Distrokid being down. But because that was an earlier portion of this video, guys, and now we've evolved into a whole nother conversation. We weren't going to talk about Distrokid being down for 2 hours. All right, I'm not going to beat them that way. Right Sound Pro said, I would love to have music airtime all over the world. Well, that's what we do. That's what we do, guys. And that's what differentiates me. This is what I'm saying to you guys. Unlike the rest of these YouTube channels, the people, this is what I do. This is all we do. Music is my life. That's why I say music is life, because outside of the effect that music have on people's thoughts, the way they think, the way they are, the way they live, the way they, all the stuff, the effects that music has on people's health. Music is my life. And so as a YouTuber, I'm doing one thing. I'm not solely dependent on you guys buying t-shirts from me or liking my videos. You know what I mean? A lot of people may not like my videos. That's fine. You have that right. But what I do is music. So when I show you this stuff, this is how I formulate my mind. If I want distribution, I need worldwide distribution. Okay? I need distribution in places no one else has. We have Korean distribution. Distrokid don't have that. TuneCore don't have that. We have the South African distribution. They don't have these places that I have. You understand? Being called now on the radio. So when I say that we do this, we do this. 134, 133.
Can I get you to give me a 21 whenever you get that?
10-4. Give me a little while. I'll hit you back. So I base my services and what we do based on what I would expect someone to have and do. You get what I'm saying? That's why our portal looks that way. That's why we have all these assets in our portal. That's why our metrics are different. For those of you who distribute to us, you know what I'm saying. That's why our metrics are different. The information is different. The offering is different because we do this constantly. So that's the difference between us. All right. Play It says, please kindly mention your websites again. So let me do this for you, Play It. I'm going to send you this. And then I'm going to say that one. And then you got that one. Right? And we wanted to get into my other company. Let me see. And then, guys, you have that one. Boom. So, yeah. Anyway, if you guys are done, man, I appreciate all you guys chiming in and taking the time out to watch this video. Yes, Distrokid was down and they look like they're not out. However, we'll see. If something changed, guys, make sure y'all hit me in my email, musicmillionaires@gmail.com. Let me know what has happened with Distrokid, if there's been any changes, and if the service has went down again. But as it stands right now, Distrokid is up. I've went to it several different times. Of course, I went to the bank. I want to make sure my money's there. All right. Make sure my money's in the account. All right, guys. And for those of you who doubt, you know what I mean, one of the things, and I've said this to you before, let me say this to you. You may not utilize a company like Distrokid, and you may not find use in services like Distrokid. Maybe it's not your forte. That's fine. But there are people who do want to use it. There are people who've heard of it, and they're going to look for a service. People are going to utilize a service like Distrokid, okay? You can't get around it no matter what I say, no matter what you say, no matter what you think. And when you have companies like this and they offer you referral services, if you're using their service, do it. Might as well make some money off of it, guys, because no matter what your opinion is, it's not to try to sway someone else away from something. Your opinion is to say how it affected you. This is how I utilize it. This is how I did or didn't make it work for me. But you may make it work. It may work for you, right? Hey, here's a link. Make some money from it. I'll be the first person to tell you that. You know, I feel like they could give a lot more, but I'm not a CEO on the board. I can't control them. I can't make them change up their service offerings, and I don't know what it takes for them to run their business. But I have made money with them recommending their service 2 years ago on videos that I've put up, and they've paid me. And I've made over $4,000 with them. Can't make that up. So, you know, I don't know what to say to you other than that, you know. But either way it goes, man, I appreciate you guys, man, for watching this video. Look out for the League of Extraordinary Musicians. Look out for the t-shirts. I'm definitely going to drop that because I think that is something that you guys would wear proudly. So, and if you would, let me know. Tell me what you think about. Dang, see this what happens? 6 o'clock pager test. That's what it sounds like when we get a call, that beep beep and these tones. That lets us know there's a fire. But if you guys would, if you think the League of Extraordinary Musicians t-shirt would work, you know, as we go through our trademark and patent, let me know, man. Let me know if you guys will buy it. And if so, you know, I'll look forward. But either way it goes, guys, always know that I love you guys, wishing you guys success, hoping to be working with you guys in the future, hoping to be bringing some of you guys on as the Peacemakers. Again, congratulations to the 9 or 10 of you that are officially signed to us as producers. And music is life. Love you guys. We out.